Hello and welcome into this week's edition of
YITTY!
Yes, I'm talking to you. She is the, I was supposed to come up with new adjectives and I forgot.
Oh my gosh.
The insanely amazing and awesomely crazy Nina Blanco.
Oh my gosh.
I told myself I was going to come up with new adjectives every time, and
I
have to think about them a little bit beforehand, and I definitely didn't today, because if you're watching live on Twitch, we were having some technical issues.
We had a lot of technical issues just before we were recording this, but I think we have it figured out.
Yeah, sure. It's close enough.
We'll see what happens the next time we're in here recording.
Yeah, whatever. So it's Yes, I'm Talking to You, and I felt like I had something I had to say. Oh, I said this week's edition of YITTY. Yeah. We are doing it Mondays and Wednesdays. So this is a Monday edition of YITTY.
Yes.
Not necessarily just for this week. We'll put another one out on Wednesday. Woohoo. But we start with you, me, and we. So Nina, why don't you kick it off with what you want to complain about?
I am so excited to talk about this
You have been the whole time. I have no idea why.
I can't wait because it's such like a hot debate. This has come up before and it came up recently in a story. So a guy posted on Reddit. He went into the "Am I the a-hole" section, and was asking, am I the a-hole in this scenario? So Barbie movie, hot movie. Everyone's going to see it. If you haven't seen it already, boo-boo, you late, but that's all right. So this guy and his girlfriend went to go watch Barbie last Friday. He and his girlfriend, movies nowadays, it's a little bit different, especially if you go to the fancy movies, you have assigned seats. They're like lazy boys, recliner, you get dinner, the whole thing, right? So you book your seats ahead of time. And Barbie, again, being a super hot movie and having sold out shows week after week, sometimes it can be hard to get a good seat.
Sure.
But this guy and his girlfriend planned ahead of time. They got a great seat. And when they went to the movie to go sit in their seat, he found a mom and her daughter sitting in their assigned seat. And he tells her, hey, this is our seat. Here's my confirmation. You're in the wrong seats. And she goes, oh, I'm aware of that. But I tried to book these tickets last minute and I booked a ticket. There was only 2 seats available, one in the front, one way in the back. Can we trade seats? And I sit here with my daughter. And he said, nah, bitch.
So he went Nina Blanco on her. Okay,
he basically told her, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
I planned ahead of time. I purchased these seats for date night for me and my girlfriend. And now you're intruding on date night and you want me to sit in the front row, my girlfriend to sit in the back row.
Right.
And this is not my problem.
Right.
I planned ahead. You're the parent. I don't know what to tell you. So he said no. And the mom was saying, that he was being rude, he was being inconsiderate, and she went all Karen on him. And for this has come up before. I've seen a viral thing come up with airplane seats. Someone asked if they could switch airplane seats so she and her kid could sit next to each other, blah, blah.
Sure.
And the guy said, no, your kid needs to learn they don't get everything they want in life. And so this is kind of the same situation at the Barbie movie. Now, what ended up happening is someone nearby heard what was happening, this conversation, was like, oh, you can just take my seats. So someone else was like, let me just solve this and you can have my seats. So it was fine. But then later on, the guy's girlfriend is saying, you should have just let them. That's the right thing to do. It's a mom and her kid, blah, 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 blah. But I'm totally pro the dude telling him, no, that's not my problem. You're trying to go see the #1 summer blockbuster movie on a Friday and you didn't plan ahead. Why is that my problem?
It's not. It's not. But... Don't we all in what's that picture of the utopian society with cars flying around and everything? To get there, don't we all have to care about the little problems that the other person's having?
Well, that's fine. I will vote when it's time to vote to give your school more money for your kid. They don't need to go to the Barbie movie and sit in my seat.
But can we not find a simple solution to this? I feel like there's a simple solution somewhere.
The solution was that someone was overhearing what was going on and they gave up their seat.
Right. And so now that person has to worry about 2 other people's problems because the one person wouldn't worry about one person's problem.
I guess.
And listen, is that lady entitled? No. But is it a kid too? Yeah, right? Like if it was 2 adults sitting next to each other and they said, oh, we just really want to sit together. I'd be like,
hell no.
Nah, yeah, I get it. But if it's a kid and she's wanting, like her mom doesn't want to leave her alone, like how old was the kid? Do we know?
I understand that. And the kid, I don't know.
So if the kid's like, let's just say if the kid's under 10
or 10-ish.
Yeah,
even.
I totally get you not wanting them to sit in a whole separate part of the theater and worried about it. If the kid's in high school,
hell no.
Figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, so
but at the same time, does that mom see those 2 seats and just not book it then and maybe go to a Sunday matinee to go see the freaking Barbie movie like every other parent with their child goes to?
Yeah, I mean, listen, and the other thing that you didn't mention, and I don't know if it's in the article, is one of the seats the seat that they booked?
No.
Or are they both?
They were both not their seat.
Right. So that's a whole nother problem.
And the
right?
daughter, by the way, the kid was 6 years old. So small kid.
Okay. So
small.
yeah. So that makes sense to me, right? I give the mom a little bit extra leeway there saying, listen, she's 6 years old. I do not want to leave her alone in the movie theater, in a dark movie theater.
Then you don't go to the movie because you didn't get seats early enough.
I mean, I get it. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're right. He's right. Like you don't owe that person anything. But why for like 3 weeks in 2020 was everybody like so happy and nice to each other? Like we all just started, like we're all doing our best. We all knew we were just trying to do our best.
Right.
And for like 3 weeks there, everybody just like came together. Everybody was on the same page. And it was just like, hey man,
and then what happened after that 3 weeks of bliss?
Y'all just devolved into animals and
fuck you.
Right. Stopped caring about everybody else for like 30 seconds. But if you take that feeling of caring about other people and like extend out, like that's how you have a better. Now, listen, there's always going to be people who take advantage of it and you got to decide what is the line where you know more.
Yeah.
But
my question too was, so this guy like really planned ahead. He was like middle of the theater, like primo seats. Why did she feel so entitled with her kid to find the primo seats? Why not go into the back row, the front row, one of the seats that's yours and ask to switch someone who is in another spot?
And
she went directly
to
the middle of the theater.
Right. She wanted better seats.
She knew what she was doing.
Yeah. She knew what she was doing. I agree. Then that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. Yes. And I would have told her, go up to your seat where you have one of the seats and ask
that
somebody on
person.
either side of you if you can swap with them. That's a simple solution.
I agree.
So I don't know. I mean, I've been trying to tell myself to be more patient,
understanding, open
with idiots. But you have to decide like when you're going to cut it off and you're not going to let them get away with the stuff because then they'll just continue to try to do it, you know? So
how do you feel about the airplane guy who did the same thing, who his response was directly like, your kid needs to learn they're not going to get everything that they want in life?
Yeah,
for me too, because like I understand when your kids are smaller and it's a scary experience and blah, blah, blah. But once those doors are shut on the airplane, they're not going anywhere. Right?
Yeah, but
and you can always ask the stewardess, make sure she's seated. I will get her, whatever, to leave.
You can also ask the airline to put you together. Like
you pay, it's like $12 to pick your seat. Like, come on.
But not only that, like before they even had seat picking and stuff like that back when I was a kid, my mom used to go up to the front gate and say, hey, do you have 3 seats together?
Right.
We're not together right now and I'd like to be with my kids. And, you know, sometimes if you're on Southwest or something like that, like you don't necessarily get that. So, I mean, I would be the guy who gave up my seat. Like I would say it's not a big deal because I am normally flying by myself and I'm a single guy and whatever. But
the whole utopia thing of being nice to each other and blah, blah, blah. Let's be better as a society.
No, I mean, I do believe that.
Yeah.
If I think those kids need help. If it's not some high school kid who's just going to sit and listen to Spotify the whole time, which is probably what's going to happen. They're probably listening to the YITTY podcast right now.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Moment.
That 6-year-old who was sitting there watching the Barbie movie, that's what she's doing anyway.
I guess, you know what? Let me relate it to this. and this will be how I wrap it up, because this is exactly how I feel. I have a roommate still. We have separate food in the fridge. We do not go grocery shopping together.
Mm-hmm.
He is literally welcome to anything of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if he eats any of my food in the fridge, as long as he asks first. And it's not.
It's just being courteous then.
It's just being courteous, right? It's just you saying to me, I know I'm not entitled to this, and I know you're allowing me to have it. Is it okay if I take it, even though I know you're going to say yes? Right. And it's just that extra. And that's all I need from you. And so for this lady, for either of these ladies, as long as you aren't coming to me like you're entitled to that seat that is mine, and you say, please, 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 would it be okay if I sit with my kids? I'm really worried about it. I know that's your seat, but if you could switch with me, I'd be really appreciative. Done. I'd do it. But if you walk in and you're like, yeah, well, I need to sit with my kids. I'm like, yeah, well, then you should have booked seats with your kids. What do you want me to tell you? So that's how I feel about it.
Okay. Well, I would have been the asshole and been like, nah, this is a great lesson to plan early in life.
Here's the real question. Would you have said it, or would the boy have said it?
We both would have been. We're both such assholes. We both would have been like, get the fuck out of here.
And that's why they're married.
Yep, exactly.
All right, you, me, and we go through. Now it's my turn to complain about something. So I have live streamed on both YouTube and Twitch, rebuilding, upgrading my PC computer. And I literally put on there, time to find out if I make a $2,000 mistake. Because
if you destroy your computer,
it takes like a little tiny electrostatic charge and like the whole thing's fried and you're done. So there are all kinds of things that you have to do. And I like mostly got through it okay. But now I'm sitting and trying to boot the computer and like make it run and make it work and everything like that. And of course I've got a bunch of new products in there, and literally probably 6-7 times yesterday, I had to download something, make a new account, give them my email address, verify my email address, sign up for their newsletter, then unsubscribe from their newsletter. And it was just like, oh my God, can we stop? Please stop.
Seriously.
It is everything. Everything is like a subscription, and I've got a special app. You can only do this if you download the app and then download the program and then make sure the app is talking to the program and then give us permission for us to contact you directly on the app, and then make sure you have two-factor authentication, identification, and blah. And it was like I was ready to just pick the thing up and hurl it across the room.
Throw it at the wall.
And it wasn't even because of the hardware part. Like the part that you would think would frustrate me, which is like building a freaking computing
the actual
machine.
Download and like having to configure it. Yes.
That was not the part that was the problem. The part that made me want to throw the fucking PC was like, register for this and make sure you sign up for our newsletter and can we contact you about our product details. And it just like earlier in the week I had been dealing with subscription problems where like you've got 25 subscriptions and now you can subscribe to a service that shows you all your subscriptions, and this service that you subscribe to can unsubscribe you from other subscriptions. When does it end? It's like a couple of years ago I saw BMW was going to start a subscription service so you could have heated seats. If you wanted your seats to be turned on, to be able to turn on and heat your seats in the car, you had to do it through your app and you had to subscribe.
What?
And I was just like, I'm out. I'm leaving right now. I'm done with this world. I cannot take it anymore. Everybody wants like $4 a month and all my information, and it just makes me want to put my face into a meat grinder.
Oh no.
I don't know. Have you had any problems with like subscriptions or anything recently? Do you know how many you even have?
I don't. I mean, I have been trying my best. I feel like I've been slipping lately, but I try my best to keep it all separate. Like I have a spam subscription email where if I have to sign up for something, I'm using this email, and it's mostly I'll sign up for anything with this spammy email. Like, I don't care. But for other stuff, for like important things, financial, banking, stuff like that, I use a separate email. But even like the bank people, even like where I go to take my car to get serviced or where I bought my car from, they slip through the cracks because like, yes, that's financial. And to me, more important, where I'm like, let me have it to this designated inbox that I am checking daily. But it's so spammy now, and I have been unsubscribing on a bunch of stuff lately.
It's totally worth your time too. I did that like a year ago where I have an hour right now. I'm just going to sit and unsubscribe
to
from
everything.
every freaking email because they have to put it in there.
Right.
Legally at the bottom, there has to be an option for you to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
And so like I just went through and it literally took me like 45 minutes to go through and unsubscribe from all these. But my inbox was so much better after I did.
You know what's just annoying though about even having to unsubscribe? Is sometimes they trick you. It takes you to a web page and then you have to click another button or go through another like series of questions as to why you're just unsubscribe me, please.
Just take me off the freaking list.
Right. On top of that, it takes weeks. It's not instant. It takes weeks for you to actually be off the freaking list.
I know.
Oh my gosh, it's such a scam.
I want to throw my computers now and they're not even doing anything. I've got 2 computers in front of me and one of them might not make it out of this room. I don't know. All right.
So on that note, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram.
But you're doing that voluntarily. That's different. You don't have to do that, and the podcast will still be available to you.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
That's different, right?
Yes,
We're not the same as these people.
No, it's not the same.
Don't make me do that, Nina. Don't make me feel like that.
Sorry.
All right, you, me, and we. Now as we complain about something, go ahead, Nina. What we got?
So last week, we just missed talking about this last week, so we had to bring it up on Monday. Aurora. There was a woman who showed up at an Aurora Target in blackface, was going on a rant about so many different things, about how Trump is coming back. She's a Trumper. She had like Trump stickers on her, like she was wearing a shirt, but like on her boobs, like specifically over her nipples for some reason.
Oh.
It's weird. It was just weird. And she walked through a Target in blackface. Like that is not okay. And then she also was ranting about the pride flag. She's like, where's your pride section? Where's your, like, ma'am, it's August. Target doesn't have their pride section out anymore. That's typically just for June, at least at Target. And she was going on another rant about the pride flags and how they're trying to make the pride flags take over the American flag. And we're not going to have an American flag anymore because it's being replaced with the pride flag. And it's like, ma'am, not a single person said that was happening. So this lady... It just goes
to show you, like, did she not hit all the Fox News talking points?
Oh my God, every single one of them. Every single one of them. Which
it's like, I try to be conscious because like, I don't want to get into a blender myself of like the news that I like to see.
Right.
So yeah, I will I'll look at Fox News's Twitter or something like that just to like,
check it out.
Just to like
level yourself out a little
and make sure like, yep, they're still crazy. Okay. But like, how do you not see that you've been brainwashed into this little sect of...
It's pretty crazy.
It's like a cult. It really is.
For real. For real. So after this woman, you know, of course it went viral. An employee was taking video and everything. She posted video herself on her Facebook. And after all of that, she was taken into protective custody. She was not arrested. So that so it's a mental health situation. Yeah. She was taken into protective custody, which typically means that someone is unable to take care of themselves. And then afterwards, her family, her daughter was even like speaking out against her and just saying that she has gone through these rants before and these tirades before. I guess she had gotten fired back in February from the post office. She was a postal worker and she was fired in February. She was saying she was showing up to Target and Starbucks in blackface to try to find another job. And then the postal office also had like letters saying if you see her on the property to call someone. So she must have been harassing them. And so she did get taken into protective custody, and it brings up the mental health situation. And I don't know. I feel icky on all sorts of directions on this story. Like, I feel icky at everything she did, everything she stands for sure. Because again, we talked about the brainwashing, but then I also feel icky about putting her down because if she really does have some mental health issues, like, I don't ever want to be that person who's mean to someone because they're going through stuff.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we can't tell her that she's wrong.
Right.
Right? Like, it's not appropriate.
That's not okay.
To go into Target with blackface and start screaming about the pride flag.
Yeah.
And like, if you want to go in there and be like, Trump's coming back or whatever, like, okay, you know, we all have our political affiliations and you believe what you believe, and that's fine. Try not. I just ask you not to annoy me with it, but it's also not like illegal, so whatever.
Right,
you know what I mean? If you want to wear Trump stickers on your tits, then
she's like,
whatever you
I'm
want.
showing my titties,
Yeah.
and she wasn't, but she had like Trump stickers on her boobs, and she's like, look, Trump on my tits. Like, it was weird.
But you also like can't bring that into the workplace.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she did to get fired from the post office, but if it was anything like this behavior, like
Yeah.
then you can start saying like, you might have a mental problem. Like you might have some irrational decision making, because you can't expect to do that in your workplace and not get disciplined for it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you're at your employer. You can't do that.
A government employer, a postal worker.
Yeah.
Right?
Like you just can't. I don't know. So every time you see these stories, you wonder, is there a mental health problem there?
Dude, for real.
And the fact that they actually are acting on this one, maybe there really is, you know?
I know. So it's like, I want to hate her, but if she's got these mental health issues, like I'm trying not to hate her. Because again, like you said, let's all be better people.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working on it.
Trying to be a little more understanding. But also what she did, everything she did is not okay.
But here's the thing, and this is going to be a sweeping generalization, so I don't mean this about every cop, but I'd say a large majority of police officers are Republican.
Yeah.
And so if they felt like she was kind of stepping over the line while doing all this stuff,
Yeah.
like I feel like the fact that the cops took her in for, what was it called? Protective custody. Like that really goes to show you like, yeah, we might have serious problems here. That
Or
we
maybe
actually
it's
have
a
to deal with.
conspiracy and they were just trying to help one of their own and not put her in jail and not treat her like they would
sure.
treat her every other people. And okay, never mind. So
I don't know that I believe that. And there are
never mind.
like, you know, cops come in all sizes and shapes and political
sure.
beliefs and everything. So I don't want to paint too broad of a brush. I'm just saying, if they thought that she was a little fucking crazy, like maybe because she was a little fucking crazy.
I was mostly kidding. I just wanted to put that out there. Okay.
In every joke, there's like, what
Some
is it? 70% truth, 60% truth or something like that. All right. Well, God, we need good news.
I know,
Holy
please,
shit.
give
And it's
me
not
some
even
good
like
news.
that good of good news. If I would have known that we were going blackface and Trump before this, I would have tried to find a better story.
What the hell?
So the good news, I feel terrible about this now, is Americans vote for their top 10 favorites on-screen families. So they did a survey, and like of the 2,000 respondents, 96% of them say they regularly discuss TV episodes with their friends and family, and 76 reported that some of their closest friendships developed as a result of sitting and watching, or not necessarily like with each other, but like talking about TV shows that they're watching. So I thought that was kind of cute to like be like, who are your favorite on-screen families? So before I get to the list, I wanted to ask you, Nina, who are your favorite on-screen families, and who are your favorite on-screen friends? We've got lists for both here.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting because when you first said this, I was like, oh, I'm just going to go for the most dysfunctional one, which is like Family Guy, the Griffin family.
Okay. Not on the list.
That's too bad. They're like the most dysfunctional. So that's probably why. But then when you said families too, my mind went to Friends. Which they're technically not all family. They're just friends, but like friends can be your family.
So they have just two people for the friends on here. They just have a relationship between two people.
Who?
And so
Will and Grace?
There's two sets of friends on here. Who are your favorite sets of friends? You got to pick two of them that have like your favorite relationship.
Oh my
in
God.
Friends.
This is too much for me.
No, come on.
Will and Grace.
Not on the list.
Oh, it's too bad. The Sex and the City bitches?
Not on the list.
Okay, well, those were my two guesses.
And then do you have any on-screens? Oh, you said the Griffins? Anybody else?
They weren't on the list?
No, I don't know if they did cartoon. Oh, yeah, they did do cartoons. They're not on the list.
Other families. I don't watch family shows.
Even when you were a kid?
I watch a lot of cartoons. We can't say the Cosbys anymore.
Wow. supposed to be the good news.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. Please just give me the freaking list already.
All right. So for me, one of my favorite family was the Family Matters family.
Okay.
The Winslows were awesome.
Okay.
And that's definitely a childhood thing for me.
Yeah.
And then I am a huge Friends fan, so I mean Chandler and Joey are
cute.
And
did they
actually
name
made
them
the list.
specifically?
Yeah, so like Chandler and Joey, that specific relationship of that friendship is the one they put on here. Okay, so the top 10 on-screen families are, and there's a little recency bias here, no doubt, the Addams Family from the Wednesday version of the Addams Family.
Oh, interesting. They were a good family group.
They also, though, are at number 5 with the original TV show.
Oh.
So the Addams Family, because they're all weird, like we all kind of love how weird they are.
Yeah. So wait. The new Netflix family version of the Addams Family, they were higher up on the list.
Is number 1.
I'll say I agree because their family dynamic, they really kind of focused that in the show. I don't know if you watched it at all.
I did not, yeah.
It's so cute, their family. It's so cute.
They always have been, though. They've always been a super cute family, super loving. They always love and support each other.
But they really
They've got
showed
weird
the love.
quirks about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love everything about it. The Simpsons at number 2.
Okay.
The Brady Bunch at number 3.
All right.
The Married with Children family, the Bundy family at number 4.
Okay.
The Original Family at 5. The Original Addams Family at 5.
Oh, okay.
Love this one. The Barone family from Everybody Loves Raymond at 6. No?
Oh.
You didn't watch Everybody Loves Raymond?
No.
Oh my God.
Not at all. I've seen maybe 3 episodes of that show.
It is a dead ringer for an Italian family, and so
Okay.
your hubby's got a little Italian in him. He might appreciate it.
I'm gonna have to ask him if he's ever watched that show.
Yeah, the Taylors from Home Improvement.
Okay.
You got nothing for JTT and Tim the Toolman Taylor?
I don't know. The older brother just got arrested again for domestic violence in real life.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that. The Tanners from Full House.
Okay, that's a good one.
The Bravermans and Parenthood. I've never watched Parenthood.
I don't know what that is.
And then the Banks family from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay, that's a good one.
A lot of like late 80s, early 90s sitcoms there.
So our family dynamic in 2023 has not gotten any better.
No, we're not doing so good.
The 90s.
Except for the weird Addams Family.
Okay.
Best on-screen friends. I'll go the opposite way. Number 10 is Kevin and Paul from The Wonder Years. Number 9 is Laverne and Shirley. Okay. Number 8 is Jerry and George from Seinfeld.
Okay.
Is that the best relationship on that show?
No, they're so mean to each other.
Yeah, and I feel
they're just straight assholes to each other all the time.
Yeah, I feel like there's better relationships on that show, but okay.
All right.
Corey and Sean from Boy Meets World.
Okay.
That's perfect.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Robin and Steve from Stranger Things at number 5.
Oh, that's cute.
It is cute.
It's very cute.
Rachel and Monica from Friends at number 4.
All right.
Oh, I skipped number 6. Number 6 was Chandler and Joey from Friends.
Right.
Number 4 was Rachel and Monica from Friends.
Okay.
Number 3 is Walter White and Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Yes! Yes! They gotta be up top of your favorite friends on the screen. I don't know. Are they really friends? Number 2 is Wednesday and Enid from Wednesday.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
I think so. Enid, yeah.
And then number 1, and you're gonna be mad you didn't think of this, Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler in Law and Order SVU.
I did never really watch that show.
Oh, really? I thought you were. Okay, well.
Not at all. It was like, that was a bummer for you. Sorry. I was like, I don't know their relationship
but everybody's
at all.
like, oh my God, I love them so much. And it's, I'm not a big fan. But hey, listen, I thought it was a cute little list of things that you like sit and talk with your friends and family about. And a reminder that it's okay to like take some joy in like the mundane things. Like, what's your favorite TV show, Nina?
Yeah.
What's your favorite TV show, Nina?
Oh, like what is it actually?
Yeah. What are you watching right now?
I'm currently watching all of The Simpsons on
All
Disney
of them?
Plus. All of them. Started from episode 1. I don't know where I am in the series yet, but
Wow, that is quite the commitment.
it's a lot of Simpsons.
Yeah, it's going to take you like 4 years to get.
I should check to see how far along we are.
There's like 30 seasons. So
oh my God, it's never going to end.
Pretty sure you're screwed.
How about you? What's your favorite?
I'm not really watching any TV shows right now. The Witcher, I guess, is the last one that I really sat down and watched on Netflix.
And like,
is that too nerdy for you? Have you not done it?
I know what it is. That one's on Netflix, right?
Yeah. But have you watched it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Too nerdy for you.
Isn't it
Why
a
won't
lot
you be a
of?
nerd
Isn't
with
that
me?
another like Game of Thrones? A lot of butts.
Okay. relax over there.
I'm just saying. That's what I've heard about the show. I don't know much about it.
Are you saying that because of the sexual nature or because of the fantasy? I mean, like dragon nature.
I was just asking because this was like one of the few things I've heard about that show.
But
a lot of butts.
A lot of sex. Yeah, there's a little bit. There's not. I wouldn't say a lot. But
isn't there a whole schlong on there?
Oh, I didn't.
On one episode,
maybe.
I thought there was full peen.
If there is, I've blocked it out of my memory. So I don't remember seeing anything swinging around.
Article about that.
I don't remember seeing anything swinging around, but it's totally possible. There's definitely some boobage, so
lots of boobs.
There's definitely could be a hammer out somewhere. I don't know. All right, we need to end that conversation now before we violate Twitch's terms of service. And get to our whack ass of the week, Nina Blanco.
This was your story. I don't even know his name.
Yeah, that's right.
Just kidding.
I'll say it. So let's call our whack ass of the week Benjamin Millipede.
Millipede? Who even is that?
Freaking name is that? He is the man who is or was married to Natalie Portman before he cheated on her. Ooh. Who cheats on Natalie Portman?
Benjamin Millipede.
I'm just angry about it because she's been my crush since I was like 10. And it's not weird because she was like 13 at the time. But she was Queen Amidala in the Star Wars. And I was like, hi, I'm Rob. Nice to meet you.
This is my sexual awakening. Hi, Natalie Portman.
And this guy landed it and then cheated. Like, who? I don't understand when I see these celebrity cheating stories. Yeah. Especially when the guy is not as famous. Like,
right.
I don't know. I'm sure he's done something.
I'm Googling him.
He's probably a director or something.
Now I'm like, who is he? No, he's not a director. Okay. He's a French dancer and choreographer.
Oh my goodness.
So he knows how to work it, baby. Shake them hips.
Stop it.
Ballet. Very flexible.
She was in a ballet movie.
Yeah, he did ballet. He did.
That's probably how they met. Would be a guess of mine.
Maybe actually. I wonder.
Was he teaching her how to ballet?
They've been married for 11 years, so I feel like maybe the timeline with her ballet. What was it, Black Swan?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe the timeline that might have been it.
Okay.
But he's from France, so he's French. He's a lover, man. Can't keep his hands off of women.
Can we not though?
You're just jealous.
I'm 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm mad. Yeah. And like, yeah, I get it. Natalie Portman's back on the market. I know I have no chance. Listen.
It's like, that's the positive. She's back on the market.
No, you stuck the landing here, dude. And then you married it. And here we are. She's rich. She's famous. She's beautiful. Yeah. She seems pretty chill. And you had to go do that.
They have 2 children. One of them's 12 years old. I mean, those kids are going to be screwed for life now.
I looked up the lady he supposedly cheated with.
Yeah.
He's got a type.
Oh, no.
He's got a type. I mean, they don't look exactly the same, but it's definitely
along the lines.
Yeah, like it's
along the lines.
And if that's the case, then what are you doing?
Right.
Like it's not even like you were
the same thing. Like,
sampling
what?
The cuisine. You just went back to McDonald's again. Like, I don't understand why.
Are you calling Natalie Portman McDonald's? Wait.
I'm saying you went back to what you eat all the time anyway. Wow, that was probably not the best. Probably not the best turn of phrase there, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Again, those terms and conditions for Twitch, man.
You know what I'm getting at, so I think we need to end this.
All right, well, Benjamin Millipede, if that's even how you say his French-ass name, is our whack-ass of the week.
Your whack-ass of the week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this Monday edition of YITTY. We will... sorry.
Oh, okay.
I normally cue you when we do that.
Never mind.
We will put an episode out on Wednesday. We're iffy about next Monday, though. Is the reason that I was going to do this little outro here. We're iffy about next Monday because we do have some vacation time coming up, but we're hopeful that we will get one out next Monday as well, so we can keep our regular schedule. And if you're just listening to this on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we did stream our recording of this live on Twitch.
But it's not there anymore.
Which it's not there anymore because we want you to have to be here live for
Either
it.
you're going to tune in on Twitch when we're doing it,
Or you're not.
or you're just going to watch it later on YouTube,
Yeah.
which is
So
fine too.
if you do want to watch us record, normally sometime between noon and 2 on Mondays and Wednesdays, we'll go live on Twitch, and you can tell us what you think and make fun of us for saying stupid stuff, and we'll talk to you live on Twitch. So that is it for this week's edition of
YITTY! Now you made me do my myself. Oh my God.
You can find her on social media at the Nina Blanco.
And you can find him at Rob T Radio.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of
YITTY!
YITTY!
Okay, I'm ending this.
Goodbye.
Bye, we love you.